In this video, I'm going to break down my 2022 financial strategy for investing and savings. Hi everyone, this is Camilla, the Focus Spender, and welcome to my channel where I teach you how to get out of debt, save more money, and invest so that you can build wealth and leave a lasting legacy. Today I'm going to be going over exactly how I'm going to be saving and investing my money in 2022, and this strategy is what has led me to finally build a net worth of over $500,000. So let's jump right in and talk about my investment strategy. So my investment strategy is honestly kind of boring. It's what I've been doing for the last several years. Nothing much has changed. The only thing that has changed over the years is exactly how much I am investing, but I'm not doing anything super exciting. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is maxing out my Roth 401k. So that's a bit different from what most people do. I don't have a traditional 401k, meaning the money that I invest in my 401k is coming in after tax. It's post-tax as opposed to pre-tax. So it is called a Roth 401k. And I've decided to do this. I decided to do this a few years ago because I know what the taxes are now. I know my tax rate right now. I want to make sure that however high my money grows, I'm never paying taxes on it again. I will pay the taxes on the $20,000 right now. I don't want to be paying the taxes on $100,000 in the future, however high it grows. So that is what I'm doing. This may not work for you, especially if you want to reduce your taxable income at the end of the year. You might just want to stick with the traditional, but I do the Roth 401k. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is maxing out my Roth IRA. An IRA is an individual retirement account. I have that account with Vanguard. I have 4 mutual funds in that account. And last year, at the very end of the year, it got to about $99,000. And honestly, I've been doing the max maybe for like the past 10 years. So the fact that I grew my account doing no more than $5,500 to now $6,000 per year and is at $99,000 says a lot. It says you need to also do a Roth IRA because even though it's a boring investment strategy, it can really grow. So that is my plug to you. So the next thing that I'm going to be doing is contributing to my various taxable investment accounts. So I have an account with Betterment. I have an account with M1 Finance. So M1 Finance, I do $220 a month. That's only $28.60 a year. So I know I can bump that up. And then with Betterment, I do $800 a month, which is $9,600 a year. Again, I know that I can bump that up as well. I did get a raise around September of last year. And at that time, that's when I started bumping up my investments. But I know that my annual raise is going to happen around March or April of 2022. And so if I don't bump it up now, I will definitely bump it up at that point. So the next thing I want to talk about is crypto. So I did buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum late last year. I decided, you know what, I'm just going to take the plunge, bite the bullet. I had some free cash sitting in my Robinhood account and I just used a portion of it. I still have some more left over that I can use and I'm going to buy some more, but I actually want to switch over to another platform like Coinbase. My cousin, when he found out that I bought Bitcoin and Ethereum, he was excited that I bought crypto, but he was not excited that I bought Robinhood. So I'm going to look into trying out Coinbase. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to sell off all of my assets and now buy cryptocurrency, but I do want to hedge my bets. I know that crypto is the wave of the future. I don't want to be like, my grandparents where they didn't invest because they were like, oh, so scared and they lost out on a lot of money. I don't want to be that person when I'm elderly, like, dang, I probably should have invested in some crypto, but I didn't and I lost out on some money. So even though I'm not going to sell off my portfolio and buy crypto, I definitely want to put a little bit of something in it, like I said, to hedge my bets. Now let's just jump into my savings strategy for 2022. I already have a fully funded emergency fund. I think it would cover about 10 months worth of expenses, but I also have sinking funds, which I could also break in case of an emergency. So my monthly expenses honestly aren't that high, meaning I haven't felt the need to increase my emergency fund because what I have, I'm completely comfortable with it. So that is that. In terms of other savings, I do have various sinking funds. I have a vacation fund, a clothes fund, a gift fund. I have a someday fund, which is really a catch-all fund. In terms of that, I don't think anything else is going to change. I have been looking into other high interest savings options. Hopefully I'll be able to share at least one or two with you guys soon. But other than that, nothing has changed. I really just want to make sure that the money I do have saved is gaining a lot of interest. At some point, I did look into my personal capital. I looked at my investor checkup, and I do have a little bit too much cash. I need to have a little less cash than I do have on hand. So I am going to think about like how I can reduce it and have more money invested and less money in cash. Finally, I want to talk about my credit strategy for 2022. As you may know, I have been debt-free since 2012 when I paid off $65,000 worth of student loan debt. So I don't have debt, thank God. I do use a credit card. I use a credit card when I was paying off my debt. I use a credit card after. I still use it. I don't necessarily talk about it too much or recommend it to people because I think it's something that is a personal decision. If you know that you cannot handle credit cards, if you know that anytime you start using your credit card, you just let the bill run up, I'm not recommending this for you at all. I am definitely that person that uses my credit card, pays it off in full every single month. I pay it on time and I never run a balance. So if that is something that you can handle, then keep listening. What I have been doing for the past year or maybe like 6 months is trying to use my credit card more for day-to-day expenses so that I can really build up my points. So I want to continue doing that in 2022. Use it for day-to-day expenses, build up the points, get the cash back, and use that cash back to pay my bill. I don't want to necessarily cash it in for something. I just want to use it to pay off the balance that I have accumulated. So that is my credit strategy for 2022. Pretty bland, nothing exotic. I don't think I'll be opening any new credit cards. I know I've been offered things with higher limits and better rewards. And, I kind of entertained the idea at the end of last year. I might look into it again this year, but I'm not 100% convinced. But that's it. So that's my financial plan for 2022. If you want to really ramp up your 2022, I do have a checklist that you can download. I did a video on it last week talking about how to get your 2022 finances in order. So be sure to check out that video, download the checklist, leave me a thumbs up and a comment, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.